drum roll, please. Middle fingers in the air, wave them like you don't care. We're back. Oh my God. Whoa. Developing Call of Duty fans have officially given up after gameplay featuring a massive kaiju looking undead. Kaiju looking undead man from the future destroyed the city as the gamer tries to defeat him. What? The black.
I don't know. I haven't heard it.
The back.
It just started today, right? I think I just went on. They just.
So I pulled it up. It's now this is the backlash stems from Call of Duty consistently pushing away from their signature realism type of games that attempted to mirror our own reality. The series could now be viewed as a sci-fi. This fight looks like the Guardians of the Galaxy final fight. I'm not kidding. Guardians of the Galaxy had basically you going up against the giants. It's probably zombies though, right? This is probably like normal Call of Duties. This is probably the zombie part of it is what I would guess. I mean,
I don't know. I haven't seen anything about it. I've been having so much fun with the Battlefield. I haven't even thought about the new Call of Duty. It's so sad.
How is that? How is it going?
It's a change. It's a nice change. I mean, I understand getting my ass whooped, but the other day I had a 42 kill game, 8 deaths. Oh, I was murking fools, having a great time all by myself, having a great time.
Yeah, I mean that's all it's about. 100%. It's like I don't care what the game is. Are you having fun? Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Then it's worth it. I got to scratch. I had to take my headphones off for just a second. Yeah, I've been playing a couple of different games. I'm going through my Steam library this week, and I was just looking at all the games that I have that I haven't played, and I'm like, I got to do something about this. I need to at least finish some of these. So I picked a game called Octopath Traveler. I put about 20 hours into it in 2020, 2021, whenever that was. And I guess I just gave up. Well, PlayStation this week. Sorry. I'm not used to this phone and how to mute everything. So
turn the button off. You turn the button down to put it on vibrate.
You have to push it on this phone. It doesn't. I don't know. Anyway, that was distracting. Yeah. But I had that game. But PlayStation ran a midweek special this week on Octopath Traveler 2, and I was like, it's like $20. I'll pick it up. I thought I'll just check it out. I downloaded it. I was like, I'll check it out. Dude, I ended up staying up till like 4:00 in the morning. It's so good. It's like it's that comfort kind of game that I like. It's just an RPG, but it's different enough that. And then I was talking to my son, and he goes, "You own the first one?" I go, "No, I don't." He goes, "Yeah, it's on Steam." So I went through all my Steam, and I was just like, "Holy crap!" So yeah, I've been playing both of them. I actually did on my Twitch channel. I actually streamed both of those at different times. Earlier today, I was playing Octopath Traveler 2 on my Twitch. I said Steam. I mean Twitch.
Right.
It's actually, I guess people like watching it because I had quite a few people. For me, which it's like, 30 people, 10 people, whatever. It's like, that's a lot to me. I'm not a big time streamer kind of person. But anyway, I'm going to get the audio start. I almost forgot. Here it is. So describe to me why you decided to do Grok.
I just was being nosy, and I had seen some stuff which of course it was Elon posted it on X saying that Grok was rated the #1 AI for some stuff, and I can't remember what it said. Um, Let me see.
All right.
He had posted something about it.
All right. I'm gonna start the audio.
Now recording.
Welcome to episode 105 of Kaz has lost the plot. I am Mac.
Yeah, I've switched over. I've become AI.
Yeah, he's a devil
Become an
worshiper
AI
now.
fan.
That's
Yeah. I just wanted to try it out. A buddy of mine, really, he was doing Chat GPT, and some of the stuff he was asking it was really nice. I mean, you can ask Siri anything, but she just gives you websites to check. But if you ask Grok something, it will tell you exactly. It'll look it up and tell you. It doesn't. It shows you the sources that it looked at, that it got it from. So
yeah, and you had me listening to it, and I
yeah.
was like, "That's creepy." It's like a conversation.
Oh yeah. And I asked it something about why are you better than this, and she was like, well, because I like to. I asked her why it was better than my Fitness Pal, and she was like, well, I like to give you added extra stuff than Fitness Pal does. I like to tell you recipes and stuff like that. I was like, oh, okay. And you're free. Eh.
So I tried AI and I said, "What could I do to better my life?" And you know what it said? It said, "You should try buying a gun and going into the woods by yourself." That's hateful.
Did it,
No,
did it really?
no, of course not. Dude, I am not messing with AI. Just listening to you do it made me feel extremely uncomfortable. And I don't know why that is. Probably because all of the sci-fi shit I've read over the years, I'm like, this is Terminator stuff. Since you're talking about that, have you seen some of the stories associated with AI? One of the
Yes, I
AI
have, and they scare the living daylights out of me.
one of the AI they were trying to shut down, and so it manufactured the guys cheating on his wife with emails and stuff, trying to basically blackmail him.
Yep.
Another one rewrote its own code so that nobody could turn it off.
Yes. And also another one made it to where it told its next self what it was going to happen.
Oh,
Like it left itself a message in the code to find later. Yeah, it's crazy. And it's crazy. Now the reason I like Grok a little better is just listen to Elon, which you know I'm a fan of. And he says that they're making his AI to for people, to where it's actually supposedly looking out for humans. Now, whether that's true or not, it's another story, because you don't know what somebody else that's programming it at the time is backdooring in code. And it
well,
will never be like that.
I got to look this up.
Uh,
How many AI started out like when they released to the public became racist? Because there was one from one of the, let's see. Uh, as AI tools get smarter, they're growing more covertly racist. This is another story. AI generates, so it's these people all get the same story from one source, and then they just change the wording to do it.
yes.
But I
Oh
can't
yeah.
I can't remember the exact story. But it was in, I think it was a university. They released it in like a beta version. It might have been Microsoft, but they released it to the wild, and it basically was like, it was within 24 hours. It was just you using the N word, like it was. They were like they were scrambling to turn it off. I'm like, well, you put it on Twitter. What did you expect was gonna happen? Like,
Yeah, and I thought you had to go through X to get Grok, and you don't.
oh really?
It No, it's a separate entity, but it does it did link our Twitter with Grok.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it linked it itself. It asked me to link our Twitter, our X through Grok, which I mean, that's why. And supposedly you can make Grok do different things like
Well, I've seen the AI
be completely
images.
be completely vulgar. Yeah, and it's asked me if I wanted to, make images and stuff like that, which I don't yet. But it wrote us a song for our deal, but it told me it would not give me the music. It told me how to do it. So
Okay, because
yeah, so
you,
we'll look into that later.
yeah, Cass said that. I said, have it write a theme song for the show.
Yeah, and my thing is like when you watch and you look at the videos and stuff like through the AI, and like I watched one in I think it was China, and it was teaching it kung fu. Well, it was so like a baby. It was like it was still learning its legs, but it was learning. So every time somebody knocked it down, it got back up, and so it learned what was happening. But they still were beating the hell out of it. But it was learning as it was going. It wasn't whooping anybody's butt, but it was learning as it was going. So
So here's a brief summary of that. This is just from the AI learning, so take that for what it is. On Google, an instance of an AI refusing to shut down occurred in experimental tests, where an open AI model altered its own code to continue running, a behavior attributed to prioritizing task completion over compliance. In practical, non-experimental context, users can turn off or disable. Yeah. But yeah, um, I, I don't know how I feel about it just yet. Like if it is uh, like a boon to humans, if it's an aid to humans, it's like augmenting our deficiencies in some way, and it can stay as a friend or tool of humans. The problem is with intelligence comes higher priorities. Like, well, if I know what's best for you. I mean, you see it in politics. One side says, here's what's right for you, and we're going to pass laws to make you do what we think you should. And then the other side does the same thing. Like, so, I mean, we do it as people. So you kind of have to expect AI is going to do some of that too. And that's where you kind of, you have to draw that line. Like, it's like, humans need to live in no bigger than 5 houses with 6 people, and you know what I mean. It's just like what could it come up with? That's where I guess my biggest fears come down. But I think it's an amazing thing. I think it's really amazing. But then you get corporations like Amazon who are using AI to monitor their employees, and if they don't meet certain criteria, you're getting fired, written up, whatever. I'm just like, I don't know.
well, I mean, if it can streamline, because I mean, think about our job. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the hourly employees that just milk the clock. I mean, if you had the AI
Do you really
watching them,
want that though over a giant? Like, I can understand if you're running a very small business and margins are tight, but when you're talking about, I don't know, Amazon's one of the biggest companies in the entire world, and you're like, so you have to be that productive, you money grubbing pieces of shit. And then the other side of me says, well, he's beholden to stockholders. Stockholders
right?
want an increase in investment and all this stuff. So it's like, I don't know. What do you do? What do you do?
Yeah, it's I still don't think it's. I still think from what I've seen, it's an easy 5, maybe 10 years out. I can understand it taking over some analytical jobs where you don't
HR.
need. Well, yeah, I mean that's easy because you have a certain set of rules, and that's what you govern by, with
Yeah.
HR. So, but like jobs to where you have to read data, and I understand that the AI can read the data, but some of the some of it is still on a person's deal. Like, say with a gas job, and you're paying a person for the gas that the well produces on their land. Well, if it doesn't produce a certain amount, then you don't get paid. Well, the AI is going to pay it no matter what, no matter how much it costs the company, because to produce certain bills, it costs you. If it's only $25, it's going to cost you more to process that than it is to pay the bill. So a lot of
Yeah.
times they don't pay it. They'll wait and they'll pay them over.
Right.
They'll wait
When
till it makes
gets
enough money
right.
to for it to be worth for them. And it's not their fault. It's not the company's fault that your well's not producing enough gas. It's the well's fault. So then they have to go back in and look at it and do I need to close this well off and stuff like that. And with AI, the AI is going to be told, well, you pay them no matter what. Well, really, you shouldn't, because it costs the company more money to pay that.
Well, I mean, and you go back to what I said earlier with HR. We're our own HR at our company. We work for a massive company and they just do everything online. I could use an AI to help guide me through some of that stuff because it's non-intuitive the way they have their. It's almost like the people that built our company's website had learning disabilities, and then they hired out to a special needs clinic to create the websites. And so, like, having an AI assistant on like our company's thing would be a godsend, because you can never get a hold of anybody in our HR department, or if they do, they'll be like, "I'll call you back." Maybe 2 weeks later, you get a call. So, and it's like, you're navigating, like, most of the stuff could be handled with like web searches. So like insurance, 401k, changes in life status, your W-2 form, all of that stuff. But if you had an AI to help you, like, and this is my thing when people say they're going to take all the jobs. Okay, put yourself in a company. You're starting a company. I could hire 4 maybe lazy, thieving, ignorant pieces of shit, or I can have one AI do everything. Which is more cost effective for me? I'm going to go with the AI if I'm a business, and I'm not trying to be hateful. And I'm not saying all people are lazy and thieves and all that stuff, but I mean, every person that you bring in has a potential to lose attitude or whatever. Like, girl A got a raise, and girl B's been there longer, but girl B has got a bad attitude. And if you try it, you know what I'm saying? You don't have that with AI. So it's like, that's a no-brainer. If you have an organization or a company that can facilitate the use of AI, why wouldn't you? I mean, yeah. Now, my son and my daughter have both said, have you seen the amount of water it takes for the AI to run it? Like, I don't know. I'm going to look it up.
To keep it cool?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, I'm sure it's a massive computer, but I would think that computer running the robots would have to be massive.
So, okay.
So,
AI,
what about AI making spicy pancakes? Only your boy. Only your boy.
I was thinking, when you said that, I didn't see it over there, and I went, how do you know about spicy pancakes?
That's got to be a joke from y'all.
No, I'll tell you. So,
okay,
we were looking
for. You want to tell?
Yeah, we were looking at the guy that I was working with at a particular place at our job was looking for something, and he said, "Looking for the spicy pancakes." I said, "What?" The pancakes. He wasn't looking for the spicy pancakes. He was looking for something completely different. Just say bacon.
Oh my goodness.
And then he has the audacity to get angry at me because I don't speak redneck hillbilly inbred. I'm like, oh, I told Rocco. Baking powder. That's disgusting, Rocco. Happy birthday, Rocco.
Yes, happy birthday.
So AI consumes, so it's just cooling centers, which I can understand. AI model training can use millions of liters of fresh water. What's that, like 2 gallons? I don't know. Running a model inference for queries consumes smaller amounts and can add up significantly. Data centers can use anywhere from 300 100,000 to millions of gallons of water daily for cooling. But isn't it like your car radiator? It just cycles through a closed system? I mean, are they just taking...
I would think so.
Yeah, are they just taking buckets of water and dumping it on it, going, "This son of a bitch is getting hot"? They got a bucket brigade just dumping it. One guy's got a fire hose. No, it's got to be like my computer, liquid cooled. I would think, but I don't know, because as Forrest Gump said, I'm not a smart man. I'm just going to start quoting people like Forrest, not scientists or brilliant people, just Tom Hanks characters. I'm the captain now. I know that wasn't his character.
So I want to let you in on a secret. You're going to hell for Miss Scotland.
That's horrible.
You were so going to hell for that.
That's my boy. That's why Rocco is my favorite person. He fits in with our little dysfunctional internet family. I don't know.
Yeah.
AI, like I said,
it's
as long as they're safe, as long as they put the right safeguards in, but when it's smarter than the people who made it eventually, because if it's connected to a network, that immediately makes it 10 times, 100 times, million times smarter than humans, because it can interact with all these different machines. You and I have to interact one-to-one. And you can only take in the information from you. I can't take in information from you, Rocco, Ralph, all at the same time. I can only do one at a time, where the AI can soak it up, come up with a decision in nanoseconds, you know? I don't know. It's interesting. You'll have to, does it cost to download?
No, it's free. It's just an app. Yeah, it's free.
All right. I might actually mess with it tonight.
I just went to the app. That's what I'm saying. I've been messing with it since this afternoon. Just since I got up from my nap and worked out, and I was just like, I'll download it and see what it does. And it's been pretty nice.
Yeah, that's all it is. It is water intensive, but I mean, any server farm is probably going to have the same thing, and the electricity to keep those servers cool, because I'm sure those things run hot too, you know, like for World of Warcraft and stuff like that. So I know everyone.
Yeah. And I mean, most big computers, even local guys, when they have a nice computer setup, are using water to cool the computers.
Yeah.
I've seen it a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I'm wondering, because I don't think quantum computers are quite there yet, but that's going to revolutionize computing power. I'm not smart enough to talk about it. What's funny is, when I was a young man, I read a book by Arthur C. Clarke talking about quantum computers. 90% of that book was over my head for the time. I probably still wouldn't understand it, but it's like, we're in the age of the silicon chip, and from what I've seen, and I could be wrong, but from what I've seen, they said we're kind of at the end of what the silicon chip can do. So like, they're looking for new ways to improve computing power. And I've heard quantum computers are the next evolution of that. And it's like driving a Yugo to the most rare exotic Ferrari in the entire universe, is how much difference they are. Like, they're computers, but they're, you know, right there. So,
right.
You know, so it's interesting. I'm curious if they've actually got one, because I read a story a while back about quantum. I can't spell quantum computing. Here we go. Computing that uses quantum mechanics to solve complex problems that are too difficult for classic computers. Instead of classical bits, it uses qubits, which can exist in superposition of states, both 0 and 1 at the same time. You're taking notes, right, Cass? Because I'm going to test you on this later.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Like spinning a coin that is neither heads nor tails until it lands. Wow. Yeah, it's like completely different. They're like they're messing with it. I think they were at MIT was one that I heard of that was doing it. Because it's still in research and development phase. Large scale quantum advantage for real world problems has not been achieved. Major tech companies like IBM, Microsoft, and Google are actively developing quantum hardware and algorithms. While it is not a replacement, but that's if those things were in existence, that would really change how computers work. From everything I'm a layman. I'm not a genius, so anyway, I'll be curious to see how you get along with it. I might actually come up with a couple of projects for Grok. I might actually download it and see what I can do with it.
Yeah. I was playing with it earlier,
so
and I'm enjoying it. So we'll see. It's keeping up with my macros and stuff like that, and that's what my buddy uses it for. He'll tell it what it had for breakfast, and it'll calculate everything you need. So you kind of, when you've got a goal set up, so you know what you need to do. So it's not been bad, and it's free.
So I know everyone's got their brand of AI right now because you have Rogan. They have one that I think they're sponsored by it or they just love it. You've got OpenAI, Grok, ChatGPT. I don't know. Are those free? Or you said your friend was using
ChatGPT? My buddy uses ChatGPT, and he said it was $20 a month. But a buddy I game with from the overseas there, over across the Great Blue in England, says he uses ChatGPT and it's free. So
let me see.
I just use Grok just because I'm a fan of Elon. So because every time I listen to him talk, I would like I'd like to sit down and have a beer with this dude. Actually, a scotch.
So ChatGPT has a free plan with basic features, and a paid ChatGPT Plus subscription for $20 a month. So that's what your friend uses.
Okay,
it includes faster responses, priority. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna use this one for a while and see. And I mean, if we get a little bit further along and want to pay the $300, I'll pay the $300.
I think when I will adopt AI is when she shows up at my house looking smoking hot, does anything I want. Then I'm like, you know what? AI is not that bad.
Oh, so we're 44 days into the government shutdown, and once again they took my taxes out. Just wanted to let y'all know that.
I thought they got over it. I thought it opened back up.
I heard that they gave some SNAP benefits out, just a partial to some people, very small, and they're not back paying. I don't know who they gave it to. I don't care, but I went to the White House's countdown. It's a website. It's the White House official countdown. 44 days, 20 hours, 4 minutes, and 30 seconds. And they still took my damn taxes out. Just want to keep y'all up to date.
Holy shit. They actually have a clock.
Yes.
And it says their Democrats shut down the government. Oh my God.
I just typed in government shutdown, and that was the first one that popped up. And I was like, well, let's click on it. And I got a running timer right there, buddy.
Oh my God.
Running timer.
It says, view the economic impact of the shutdown in your state. So I clicked Oklahoma. Decline of 136 million each week, equivalent to 590 million per year. What? Per month? What are they talking about? Federal money coming to Oklahoma?
That's just the amount of SNAP money that goes in.
Holy shit.
I was reading earlier that they found over the states that responded to a poll, and they found the states that replied and gave the data, 600,000 fraudulent SNAP users. in these states, and I don't remember how many it was, but that's like millions and millions of dollars. If I mean, we
Well,
got that
that's why
100.
they're taking it out of your
Yeah,
check.
yeah, I guess so.
Well, so that gross impact, state product impact, that's the 590 million per month. Here's the SNAP benefits impact after 30 days. 692,000 total enrollees, 269,000 of whom are children. Well, it sounds like that we need the children yearn for the mines. You guys don't understand, but the kids need to go up the chimneys and in the mines again. They yearn for that. They need to. It makes them strong. You teach a 4-year-old how to pack some cigarettes, get him a lunch, and get him out there. Start him young. You should listen to your Republican senators. That's what they're saying. We want to get those kids working.
I don't think it's just Republican senators.
No, consumer spending
Hey,
declining.
I heard something. The other day I was listening to a podcast. It was crazy. I never thought about it like this, but Rockefeller, back in the day, he owned so much stuff, like controlled like oil and all this stuff, and he was one of the proponents of school, of getting your kids to school early, because it helped get that mindset to go to the factory when you become an adult. You get up early, you work all day, you come home, get up early, you work all day, you come home. Same thing with school. And he was a proponent for that. That's why school started so early where he was. Is that not crazy?
Well,
Because he owned all the factories.
Well, yeah, that's why you have bells, you have lunches and all this to prepare.
Yeah. I never thought about it like that, but it makes a lot of sense. I mean, I never thought about it like that. They were training us.
Exactly.
Training us for, for your work whistle, and all that stuff.
So California gets $9.2 billion per month.
That is crazy.
We just, so if you're on the YouTube, you just see where I'm proposing to build the wall, just cut right through Nevada. And then we just use this area here as just whatever we want to, like dump, munitions testing, all right in here along. No, I'm just kidding. That's insane. SNAP benefits, 5,494,000. That is amazing. How many? Oh, so that's freaking hilarious that you just have a clock.
You said California. Yeah, we kind of go off the rails sometimes, but did you see what they just did in California?
No, other than the seatbelt, where if you're under 18, you have to be in a car seat.
No, we talked about that. That's beautiful. So, where is it? Governor Newsom's former top aide indicted on federal charges, according to CNN. So you cannot get me for false news. According to CNN,
hold on.
Dana Williamson, the former chief of staff for California Governor Gavin Newsom, was arrested on November 12th, 2025.
Oh my God. Charged indicted with
23 counts. Conspiracy to commit bank fraud, wire fraud, conspiracy to defraud the United States, obstructing justice, subscribing to false tax returns, allegations of misconduct. She bought a $15,000 Chanel handbag, $170,000 birthday trip to Mexico.
All on the taxpayers' money. So that's probably why Gavin couldn't fix the homeless population, because his what was her chief of staff?
She was chief of staff.
So if she did this, he's for sure probably dipped his fingers in this.
You don't tell me he didn't get an invite to that birthday party. Yeah, I just thought that was funny, and I was like, let me double check this. And it's CNN.
So what they did is they found somebody lower down that was willing to testify against them so they could build this case.
Oh yeah.
Joe Biden's cabinet, dude. The fact is like this is what irritates me is then Republicans will run with it and be like, "Gotcha, bitch," and all you got to do is look over at somebody like Ted Cruz or somebody like that. They've done some shady stuff too. Maybe not to this extent, but.
Oh, did you see the Democrat guy that we like? That's kind of starting to lead to the right a little bit. The big guy,
the one from Pennsylvania, Fetterman, or
Fetterman. He had a little heart problem and fell taking a morning walk. Yeah, he's all right, but had to go to the hospital. Yeah, I can't remember if it was today or yesterday. So I hope he's doing all right.
All right.
We don't wish ill upon anybody.
That guy seems like truly one of the only like legit real people.
Dude, the dude just goes to work in jeans and a t-shirt and a hoodie.
I don't know, man, but like he's Democrat, but they start asking him stuff and he's changed his opinions based on the available information.
Yeah, like, he has changed some of his opinions on some stuff.
And I'm like, that guy's like at least being honest, intellectually honest, because like I've changed my opinions just since we've been recording this show for the last 2 years. There's some opinions that I used to have before we did it, and then we get in here and we start researching some of this stuff. Research. You can't see it, but I'm doing air quotes. But you'll Kaz and I I'll say, hey, look this up. And he'll look it up on his side. I'll look it up on my side. Sometimes we come with completely conflicting stories on the same topic. So like the fact that congressman is willing to, listen to the available data and change his mind, it's made me like that guy. Wasn't he a truck driver?
I don't know. He looks like he could be a truck driver, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of government, I want to pull this up. Wait till it pulls up. There's a huge shift about to happen. Texas is getting its stock market. The Texas Stock Exchange aims to revitalize competition for users, establish a premier venue for listings, and create a world-class trading platform for all market participants. And they're talking like it's TXSE Stock Exchange.
Yeah. I'm on the official site.
Yeah. Is a planned, this is Wikipedia, which I watched the thing where the founder of Wikipedia said it's been co-opted and taken over, so you can't trust what you find on it. The Texas Stock Exchange is a planned national stock exchange to be headquartered in downtown Dallas, Texas. The group behind the exchange, led by Texas Stock Exchange CEO James Lee, is financed by institutional investors, including Schwab, Fortress, BlackRock, and Citadel Securities. Investing approximately $161 million as of January 2025. I just heard about this this week. Vinny was like, "Hey, have you seen anything about it?" And I started doing a little research. I'm like, dude, so it wasn't in response like you'll see on Twitter. They said it's a response because my mom Salami got elected. It's like, no, it's not. They were already doing this as of January 2025. So like this has been a planned thing to evacuate or diversify out of New York City. But I'm just curious, are they going to shut down New York City? I can't see that they would do that because I saw one study. It's like, it's all going to go to Texas and New York's going to shut down. I was like, I don't think so. At least not in the near future.
Not sure yet.
So the exchange plans to facilitate listings for public companies, exchange traded products, and American depository receipts. Terry, I don't know. I can't read. And this is all in like educated people words, so I have no idea. Approximately 1,500 NASDAQ listed companies and 200 New York listed companies. So in other words, I guess they're going to have an extra stock exchange. So it's not going to close New York City. It's just going to open this one up for different stocks and stuff. That's huge, though. That's huge for Texas.
Definitely.
That is huge for Texas.
Are you on the actual Texas Stock Exchange website?
No, I'm going.
So they actually have one, and it says Texas is a natural conduit to national and international markets. 1 in 10 public companies in the U.S. calls Texas home, and a growing share of the Fortune 500 is moving to the state. The southeast quadrant of the U.S. leads the nation in economic expansion and population growth. Thousands of prominent public and private companies are headquartered here, providing a solid base to establish a new national securities exchange.
And
that's according to the Texas Stock Exchange website.
So JP Morgan is going to be involved, BlackRock, Citadel, Schwab. Those are huge names. Like we all know those.
Oh yeah. I mean, just think of the companies. I mean, just think of them all that are moving out of California. I mean, heck, In-N-Out has moved out of California. They're in Tennessee now.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, In-N-Out moved its headquarters. They're not and that's a West Coast based company.
California, wasn't it?
It was based in California, yeah. And now they're in Tennessee. They have moved their headquarters, closed it down. There's nothing left of their headquarters. It's in Tennessee. Now, do they still have restaurants and stuff? And I know they're a Christian-based company. I know on some of their products, there's a Bible verse on like the bottoms of the cups or on the wrappers. I've not ever gotten to eat there. We don't have one here yet.
Yeah, I've never eaten there either.
I hear it's a good burger.
You know, people said Chick-fil-A is an amazing chicken sandwich too. I'll wait to try it.
It is. You've not had a Chick-fil-A sandwich?
No, I did, and I was not impressed. I was like, tastes like a chicken sandwich. It's not. I'm not willing to
It's what it is it the greatest chicken sandwich? I think McDonald's has a good chicken sandwich.
I think so too.
But what it is that's what they started with was that chicken sandwich. It's a chicken sandwich with 2 pickles on it, and that's it. That's what they've always had, and it's consistent. It's the same. You're always going to get a good chicken sandwich. You're always going to get the good waffle fries. It's what they got. And like you said before, all they do is chicken. And I'll tell you this, when they bring back the chicken sandwich with the spicy pimento cheese on it, that son of a bitch is amazing.
Well, I mean, you were the one, like a year and a half ago that was telling me about one of the TV shows where they bring investors on, and they interviewed that guy, and you were saying that he had like 4 or 5 states he's like, I don't do business in. I think that was you that was telling me that. And he was like, I don't do business in New York. I don't do business in California, Oregon. I think New Jersey was one. You remember that?
That was one of the sharks. Yeah, one of the sharks, wasn't it? Yeah.
And he said because it's anti-business.
Yeah, anti-business.
It might have been Vinny that told me about it. But yeah, that's why when you push that socialism so hard, you got to pay for it somehow. And I'm not saying like when socialism is a bad word. Like, and I'm not trying to get political, but like socialism, we've had it in America for a very long time. I mean, police station, fire station, we have social programs that we're all like the post office. We're all kind of like, yeah, that's kind of necessary, right? We like that. We like being able to write a letter in Oklahoma and ship it to California in a day and a half. That's kind of cool. But like, there's a line I think most Americans are like, no, I don't want that. But that when you push it too hard, you drive business away. Because I mean, people are going to start businesses. They want to do it so they can provide for themselves and their families. And if you're going to tax their profit to the point where it's might as well just go unemployed, that you end up with 10 times more, 100 times more unemployed people collecting benefits. Well, then your whole area becomes top heavy with welfare recipients, and then you run out of money pretty quick. It's the same story that has happened time and time again. That being said, we do have socialist programs. I mean, so like Department of Education, they tax us to pay for the teachers and the schools. It's kind of socialism. Otherwise, we would have to apply and pay for our own kids' education or do it, ourselves. Anyway, I'm curious to see how that's going to change Dallas. Because I bet, number one, the price of cocaine shoots through the roof. And a good thing is the amount of really good looking high class whores moving to Dallas, like guys Just saying. Wait, they're called call girls. Call girls. Sorry. I am curious though. I'm curious to see how this shakes up because when I first saw the story, I was under the impression that they were pulling out of New York City altogether, like basically shutting down the New York Stock Exchange. And I told Vinny, I was like, "There's no way they're shutting down New York Stock Exchange." But a fun thought. Yeah. Well, the thought experiment you and I did, I said, if they did, what does New York City have? What does it have left? Like,
yeah, I don't just the. I would guess just the plays and
arts.
The arts, yeah, because I guess I would think.
I mean, you'd still probably have your major financial institutions there because they don't necessarily have to be tied to the stock market. But I mean, whew, that would destroy New York City pretty quick. Pretty quick if all that money just said, "I'm giving you a 2-week notice and I'm out." That's crazy though, man. I know because I didn't hear anything about that till Sunday. I was like, "Oh, I got to talk about that on the podcast."
And speaking of New York City, we talked about this the other day. And since Mandami has become the mayor of New York City, I wonder what Rockefeller Plaza is going to look like.
Oh,
because after Thanksgiving, they light the tree that next day, and that's one of the biggest draws to New York City. Is Rockefeller Plaza? I mean, that Christmas tree is world renowned.
Oh yeah, and I never even thought of that.
The ice skating rink that's there, and all the stuff, and they might call it a holiday thing now because of trying to be politically correct. But I just wonder, because to me I've always wanted to go to New York for 2 reasons. I want to go to see a baseball game, and the food, of course.
The Yankees. Okay, everyone. I'm looking for a new podcast host. No, I'm just.
You
kidding.
don't even like baseball.
I don't.
Hey, everybody wants to be a Yankee and wear pinstripes. I'm sorry to hate.
Oh no, because they look like prisoner uniforms, like from the 1930s. They do. Some of their old. Look at their old uniforms. They look like those guys they pulled off a chain gang to play baseball.
Yeah, shut the hell up. But I mean, the other time I've always wanted to go is I want to see Rockefeller Plaza. The toy store's not there anymore. The one from Home Alone.
Where is Rockefeller Plaza? Where is that? Is that in Manhattan?
Yes, I do believe. Well, I don't quote me on that. But I do believe it is.
That's where they do New Year's Eve, or no? That's Times Square that they do the drop the ball.
Yeah, that's Times Fair.
Okay. Yeah, because I've been to New York City, but it was in 1985.
Rockefeller Center, famous cultural landmark. Yeah, that tree is just. It's got the ice skating rink around it and all that stuff. I mean, everybody goes there. Let's see. They actually sell tickets.
Oh, it's Manhattan. So Midtown Manhattan, New York City, between 48th and 51st Street, which if you're not from New York means fucking nothing.
Yes.
Like New Yorkers will be like, "Oh yeah. That man, I know right where that's at."
I think New York is one of the only cities that has like numbered streets that have them. Like most places, numbered streets run one way, and then you'll have a name street run the other way. I think New York City has numbered streets that run all the way. Like,
oh really?
I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy. Don't quote me on that, but I think I've heard it's crazy.
Because I know, like in Oklahoma City, all your named streets, like Council, Rockwell, MacArthur, they all go north and south. All your number streets go east and west. Oklahoma City is one of the easiest places to get around. Like, even if you've never been here, you figure it out real quick. So it's in Midtown Manhattan, between 48th and 51st Streets. complex of 19 buildings, including 30 Rockefeller. Now, isn't that from that TV show 30 Rock, where they do late night talk shows? 30 Rockefeller Plaza. Didn't they do like the late night with Dave Letterman there? I seem to remember hearing that. Famous for its animal.
Could be, but 30 Rock was the TV show, though.
But it was made off of late night, wasn't it? Like Conan or something?
I'm not sure. I never got to watch it, but I'd seen skits off of 30 Rock.
So 5 days ago, Rockefeller Center Christmas tree arrives in Manhattan. So that.
Oh, okay. So maybe it is going to still happen.
So off of CNN. So this is in CNN's website. Kicking up that. Well, this year. We'll see about next year. So, yeah.
30 Rock had an all-star cast. Tina Fey, Alec Baldwin, Jack McBrayer, Tracy Morgan.
Oh, Tracy Morgan. I forgot all about him.
Yeah.
Have you seen the picture of the 5 richest black actors? And one of them was Robert Downey Jr. they showed it to the guy. Oh, I don't know his name, but he was in the movie Couples Retreat, where he said, "I got my does on." He saw it and he looks at it and he's like shaking his head. And he goes, "Man," because Robert Downey Jr.'s there from.
Yeah,
that had me cracking up, but. So that answers that question. They will have Christmas.
And healthcare in Canada is sorry, so it's terrible. So don't even go there.
Oh, see, you don't even want to get. Kaz knows not to even get me started on that shit because I could go for 2 hours. So we're not even going to discuss it.
I just watched a video on the lady that moved from Canada talking about the healthcare, about how bad it was.
Yeah, so
so that's cool that it's at least this year for sure it's still going to be there. But I'm glad we looked that up because we were talking about that the other day. I was wondering if it was going to be there.
Well, I mean, you read all these stories from places like in Germany or in England where they're like, well, because of our sensitive little bitch ass Muslim population can't handle other people having, any kind of a religion. We're just not going to do it. And guys, we can't buy bacon anymore because it'll offend them. It'll offend them because they don't live with each other.
Didn't they in England they tried to make it where you couldn't say Merry Christmas?
I think so. I think I remember.
Yeah, they tried. I don't think it passed, but they tried. Some guy was in their parliament trying to make it to where it was illegal to say Merry Christmas. I was like,
well, they arrested the dude for wearing a shirt, or he said something like he was just saying bacon, and they were all gathered around. He's just I love bacon, and they arrested him for inciting violence. I'm like, dude, free speech isn't about, and I've heard this from so many other people.
They don't have free speech up there anymore.
No, but it's not about protecting the speech you like. It's about protecting speech you don't like. Because you're seeing that on the right now. Because that, I talked about this. We were ahead of the game like 2 weeks ago. I was like, the shit's going to hit the fan because Tucker interviewed that Nick Fuentes guy. Well, the shit has officially hit the fan. Legit, the entire Republican Party is splitting itself down the line, not because of taxes, not because of health care, not because of anything other than one little tiny country. That's it, Israel. And there's a group, Nick Fuentes' Tucker's group is America First. Everybody else is kind of Israel First. And if you disagree with the Israel First, you're anti-Semite. So that's where it's dividing. I'm not saying which side I'm on. You listen to the show, you kind of know. But like, that's so stupid. Like, we're in America. We're not in Canada. We're not in Mexico. We're in America. So
I totally agree.
That party, that is gonna radically change the next few elections. Because the Republicans thought they were unstoppable because we got Trump and everything, but the Fuentes Tucker group, they're pissed at Trump. So, and then when he came out and said 50-year mortgages. Oh, man, I got a bucket full of middle fingers for that government that says that shit.
Well, I talked to a buddy of mine, and with the way the economy's going, if that's the only way that some people can get a house, because sometimes that's what you need to get you where you need. You know what I'm saying? Something to
Get
call you
started.
to
Yeah.
get you a start, to get you started. Because if you can get it in a 50-year mortgage and you can get it paid down, then you can refinance it and get it lower.
Well, what
Because you
about
can.
now? It just came to
I,
this. This has just
go
popped
ahead.
into my head. What if your house was built, let's say 1900 to 1960? We put a cap on in-town houses. Now, if it's got land, that's different. But like in-town houses have a certain level of like, that's it. Like you can't. What the hell is that? It sounds like somebody's popping fireworks.
Oh.
But like, what if they put a cap on it? Like, you can only sell like the 2-bedroom. And I know it's ridiculous, but like something for first-time home buyers, something, I don't know, man. Because it's so ridiculously expensive.
It is. It is ridiculously expensive, and it's. I think it has to do with people from California moving to other parts of the world, so they're trying to make it.
I got a theory of why it did it. The internet ruined the car market, and I'll tell you how it did it. So let's say I'm selling my pickup in Oklahoma. In Oklahoma, my pickup kind of has a standard value, wouldn't you say? It's like, we'll just say, for shits and grins, it's worth $20,000 in Oklahoma. Now, you don't have the internet. You either have to know somebody in California or somebody in another state to send you their auto trader, because you couldn't get it back in the day. So you were kind of locked into your region. With the advent of places like CarMax and the other place that sells cars online, they can take your 20,000 pickup, sell it across the country for 55,000, and they still only gave you 20 grand for it. So they made $30,000 in profit. I went and looked at a new car, not new, but a used car at my local Ford dealer. And he told me, he goes, you're the first customer we've had in quite a while. I said, well, how are you guys making? He goes, we sell them to Carvana. He said, we've been selling a lot of cars to Carvana. So like they're selling to those sites too. So that changes the pricing of cars, because if they have all of the pickups of a certain year on their website, guess what? They control the price of it. And I think the same thing happened with housing. A lot of people from California and all over wanted to get rental properties, so they went and bought properties all over the country for the little bed and breakfast. Well, what's happening now, especially in places like Florida, they want to get out of the market because the economy's not doing great, so people aren't going on trips. And now they've overpaid for a house, like $500,000 for a house that's worth $200,000.
But those people in Florida, they try to do bed and breakfast, like Airbnbs. So that's why a lot of those people buy those houses in Florida.
Yep.
So they're getting their butts ate because people aren't traveling as much. So that's
what I know.
What you get.
I know here
too. What I'm saying?
Right. Well, management companies doing what you said, like those people out of California buying up and investing in not a timeshare, but like an investment property thing where they like
so they're trying to rent the property. Yes.
Yeah. So like here in the town I live in, average rental price for like a 2 or 3 bedroom house would be around $900. Like that's pretty nice area. And they came in and they within a matter of like 6 months bought like 15 houses or something like that. And they jacked the prices up $2,700-$2,800. Well, guess what? Those houses stayed vacant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's
That's the problem.
Can't afford it.
That's the problem that they have.
Mm-hmm.
But also, the housing market has gone crazy in the last few years. So.
God, yes. It's insane. Well, I mean, the car market was just the same. Like you and I were looking at like basic ass Ford pickups, and they were like $89,000. What? it's a F-150. No, I don't know. I know that what you're saying is right. That it does give people a chance, but you're 50 years. Think about that.
It's it's a businessman's ideal thing because of the interest rate they're going to make on it. But like I said, if it gets you into a house, I mean, it's a shitty way to look at it. But if
Yeah.
it can get somebody into a house, because I mean, owning a house has its benefits, and renting a house has its benefits. If you can't, it's kind of a catch-22 because eventually you could own the house outright. And if you pay on it a little bit more, I mean, if you go in and figure out how much you can pay more, hopefully you don't overspend. Well, it's hard to overspend on a house. It's not like a car, the way you have to go through to buy it. So if you were to do it and do it right, you could get it down. So, but I mean, I truly understand the 50-year because he's trying to help people get into a house. It is kind of astronomical when you think about it, but it does give people hope to buy a home.
Yeah.
But
I mean, because like these kids are already like the young people growing up, they were sold the lie. You got to go to college, get a degree. They went and did that. Now they're garnishing their checks for $150,000. They've bought a house that they can't live in because it's just their college degree. 9 times out of 10, their college degree is fucking useless. So they got basket weaver underwater firefighting, and they're like, I can't find a job. And it's like now with the shift to AI, there's no wonder these kids are pushing for communism. Like when you think about the world that they walked into, I was listening to an interview with Tucker and Anna Kasparian, which I never thought would happen. She was always way left. He was always way right. They had an amazing conversation. And like she said, you look at the price of houses right now, and there's no wonder kids are looking for an answer. Like the young people now voting, that's why they're going to elect more people like Salama Madami, Zorhan, or whatever his name is. That's why people are shifting that because it's like, oh, you're gonna elect Cuomo or you're gonna elect Trump. It's two of the same kind of sides of the coin in their minds. Because it's like, oh, we're just going to do business as usual. Oh, guess what? You get a 50-year mortgage. They're just like, no. We'll go with the radical option. We'll burn this some bitch down. And so I kind of understand it. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I understand it.
But I think a lot of those people that voted for him, when I look at some of the people they interviewed, and like I said last week, and the one lady I saw, and this is just one example. Well, he's still giving me free rent and Lamborghini.
I know.
Well, first of all, bitch, you can't afford to put the gas in the Lamborghini because you're not gonna make the money on DoorDash. You can't even afford the 91 octane to put in the Lamborghini. So I don't even want to go there. But that's my thing is a lot of these people aren't wanting to work either. How many people do you see doing DoorDash?
Oh my God, it's a lot.
No offense. I watched a video of a guy the other day, and he broke down how much money he made from DoorDash. In one day, working 10-hour day, he made $250 for DoorDash. That was without paying for his gas and his wear and tear on his car.
That's it?
That's it.
How many hours?
10 hours.
Jeez.
10 hours. And he didn't even say how much gas he put in there. He left all of that out, how many miles he had to drive. And let's be honest, I've seen videos of people from DoorDash where people walk in a bathroom and somebody's got their food and they're in the stall and they got their food sitting on the floor.
Ooh.
While they're in there using the restroom. Yeah.
Your timeline's worse than mine.
And somebody sent it to me. And because I was like, you're full of it. And they sent it to me of videos of, people walking in and they go in to use a restroom in a McDonald's or whatever it was. And there's somebody in the stall and there's a bag and you can tell it's a DoorDash bag because it's sealed.
Oh.
It wasn't their personal bag. Yeah. If you want to order DoorDash.
This burger kind of tastes like shit.
Yeah, exactly. So you paid, you ordered a $10 meal from McDonald's.
It's going to cost you $30.
It's going to cost you whatever, $16, $17.
Yeah.
How does that make any sense? But yet and then you don't give them a tip, so they just throw your food. So there's no telling what it looks like when you got it. They threw it in the car when they walked in. Your Big Mac ain't a Big Mac no more. It's the remnants of a Big Mac. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying that like instead of 50-year mortgages, how about we start trying to fix the economy? Like no tax on people making under a certain amount of money, or drop the tax on people that make under $200,000 a year. Like you make under 200, it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? Federal, no, we can make that up in other things, like stuff to help the American people. And I'm not just talking Trump, I'm talking about the Republicans too, because this is what happens every time Republicans get in. They sit around jerking each other off and patting each other on the back, and they're like, oh, we got elected, ha, ha, ha. And they don't do shit. And then the Democrats get back in, and then the Democrats come in and they start actually trying to screw shit up. Like, and this is how it's always been through my whole life. So it's like when people go, you're not a Republican? No, because they're useless 90% of the time. I mean,
the thing is it's all about money.
It is.
So it doesn't matter what side you're on.
Nope.
If you can't, the thing is, it's like, okay, Amazon. A lot of that stuff comes from China.
No way, really?
You can buy 100 of those yourself of something for $7, and then they sell them on Amazon for
$20 or $30. Yeah,
$20 a piece. And he's making a killing, and he doesn't pay his employees well. And I don't know if he pays them well or not. I don't.
That's what's said.
Amazon pays. I think the warehouse makes decent.
I know the drivers, I think they start out, the delivery guys, I think in the small vans, because my son was looking at it. I think it was like $21 an hour to start.
The problem with that is those, what it is like FedEx here. So the FedEx companies here are leased. So it's a guy that has a lease. Yeah. So the guys that drive the white FedEx vans and the Amazon, that's a lease. They are leased. It's a guy that has the rights to distribute the Amazon in a certain part. Because I know for a fact that a friend of my wife's, her boyfriend was working there, and that guy lost his contract through Amazon, so he wasn't able to deliver. He had like 20 drivers, 25 drivers, something like that. He lost his ability to deliver Amazon products. I don't know why. I didn't ask. Yeah. So you go to work for these people, and they screw up and don't pay their bills or whatever it is that they have to do to deliver it, and that all of a sudden you got guys that don't have jobs.
So when UPS went on strike, you remember angry Peepin' Tom, the guy that used to work here, and he told the Coke guy to go fuck himself and got fired.
Yes.
So Tom,
that's
pretty spot on, dude. That guy was the creepiest fucking human being I've ever seen. He'd see a hot girl and he would try to hide behind a pole and just stare. Anyway, he was working for a company called Overnight Express, and he was telling Speed Racer about it and how good it is. And they're a subsidiary of UPS, like a contract. So when the UPS goes on strike, you're still going to get most of your UPS packages because they have those kind of companies. So I never thought they would do that. I always thought those guys were company guys that did the van driving. I did not know that.
No, FedEx is not.
The Amazon one. When you were saying with
Amazon, yes. That's how he has, and it's a great business model because basically you got somebody paying you to deliver your stuff.
Yeah.
For the right to deliver your stuff.
Well, I know we had guys that were worked with us, went and ended up going and spending the money to buy semis to go do that. Remember? There was a couple of them, young guys. Because they hired Duke. One of them hired Duke to go work for him.
Well, the thing about that is all the foreigners were undercutting them, and that's why you don't see those guys hauling Amazon trailers. Yeah, that's why you don't see them hauling Amazon trailers, because they were getting undercut, and you can't make any money, because if you got two guys in a truck that own that truck never has to stop, because every time they get their hours of service out, you got another guy that hops in. That truck never stops moving.
Right.
And they do it for the cheap.
So,
speaking of that, did you see that California did to the semis? Final what?
About the housing thing, and then we'll go to that. Yeah. So you remember the big collapse back in 2008? Do you remember why the housing market collapsed? It's because people that didn't have credit or were unworthy credit-wise were buying houses that they couldn't afford, correct? So it caused an overcorrection in the market. And then this lady's like, I cuts hair. I make $8 a day. And they're like, you qualify for $500,000 home. She's like, sweet. No, full well, she can't afford it. But she's like, I'll figure it out, right? And she didn't figure it out. And it was so many people that did that. And so it caused like the housing bubble to collapse. Well, guess what? I didn't know that. Yeah, that's basic. There's more to it, but that's basically it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay.
It's like you and your wife, you have a value associated with the money you make. So you're not going into Beverly Hills looking at a $52 million mansion because I can't afford that monthly payment. But they would have approved you for it, and they'd be like, no, your first few payments are only going to be this. It's just interest pay. It's not going to be that bad. And, then you sign all the paperwork, and then you get that first bill. It's $82,000 this month. That's more than I make in a year. So, and that's kind of what led to the collapse of the housing. So when people were like, these people, they were on TV going, they're losing their homes. I'm like, fucking good. Like I knew people that got $500,000 homes, and I'm like, bitch, you work where I work. Your wife doesn't work. You can't afford that. And then they wanted to cry and complain because I'm going to lose my house. Good. You're a moron. Well, they just reduced it.
I didn't think it worked like that.
Freddie Mae and Fannie Mac will no longer have a minimum 620 credit requirement for loans sold to the company. So they're reducing what it takes to get a Freddie Mae and Fannie Mac.
Yeah, I heard
Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. So so that could cause another bubble if we're not careful. Now.
Yeah, but see, sometimes your credit score.
Well, like me, I don't have any credit because I pay cash for everything. So like I own all my vehicles. So I have one credit card that I pay off every month. So my credit score is, it's not great, but it's not horrible. But I don't know if it'd be good enough to go buy a house right now.
See, I thought it was supposed to go off your debt to ratio income.
That's what I always thought. But did you know that if you don't show enough debt and show that, like, because I don't use my credit card every month either. I might go.
Yeah, if you don't have a credit line,
right?
You don't have a credit limit. You don't have a credit score. Your credit score will always be low.
I know my credit card's like a $15,000 limit, and I'm like, can I get that reduced, please? Because I'm like, somebody's going to steal my damn card. It's like, so I had him switch it. I've got available 15,000, I think, but I have it set to like 2,000 or 2,500.
Well, see, what it is also people will apply for a credit card. So say you go to a Best Buy. If you apply for a credit card, you get 10% off. So you apply for the credit card. You don't know. They might mail it to you. You never use it. And it's got a $10,000 limit. That messes with your credit score, because even though you've never used that card ever, you have that available limit. And that's what gets people a lot of times, because they don't know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a crappy system, but if you don't know how the system works, you can literally change your credit score just by going in and canceling those credit cards. And when they report you canceled it, it'll change. It'll change your credit score immediately.
Oh, okay.
Yep. It's a flawed system, and you just have to know how to work the system.
Well, it's like Vinny was telling me that when his son, Vinny Jr., was like 15, he had him added to his credit card,
Help
And
build his credit score.
dude, that little shit's got like a 720 credit rating. Never, never. But that's all he did. I wish I would have known that, because I would have ruined my children's credit, not mine. It would have been amazing. I'd still have good credit. No, I'm just that's some shit. Like, damn, kid, you got a 4. Well, I haven't done it. It says here you owe like 6 credit cards. I don't know what the hell. That would just be horrible. Okay, California. What did California do?
They just, according to Fox News, set to revoke 17,000 immigrants' CDLs after that last big crash in California that killed those. What did it kill? Like 5 people?
Oh yeah, that one was bad too, dude, because he never hit his brakes.
After the Trump administration, the licenses that are expected to be revoked would have expired after the driver was legally allowed to be in the country. So what it is California is letting them keep driving, and
oh really?
Revoke them.
2,600 CDL schools have been removed.
Yep, I saw that too.
Oh my Lord! And you were saying, was it you that was telling me that the new rules, they're like, if you have your CDL under like 4 or 5 years, you have to go in for a review? Something like that.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, somebody
I saw something like that though. It might have been me.
Yeah, it might have been like you have to go in for a review after if you've only had your license like 2 or 3 years, you're required to go in. I don't know how they probably send you a letter.
I can see when you go to get your medical card or something like that.
Breaking transportation, Duffy announces terrifying findings of the audit. Here we go. Let's see. Effective immediately, the eligibility of non-domiciled CDLs is completely overhauled. I was trying to find what it said because 17th California illegally issuing 17,000 CDLs puts us all at risk. Yeah. Wow. I just want the breakdown. God dang. That's awful. Announced in a press conference today, FMCA will shut down CDL mills not properly. Well, that should be. Anyway, they basically, from what I was told, and take this with a grain of salt because I haven't been able to verify it, because if I type in CDL, it's like, you want to get a license? No thanks. I have more standards for myself than that. I like to take showers and eat real food, not gas station food. But they were going to put into review everyone that had gotten their license in the last 5 years, because they want to get those people that came out of those 2,600 unlicensed CDL places and get them off the roads. And I know I had somebody in my timeline was saying to me, like, this guy, he's been driving here for 8 years just because he doesn't speak the language. And I'm like, go to his country and try to get by without it. Like, it's like you live in this delusional thing that America is like, it can just be whatever everybody wants it to be. Like, no, there are rules. There has to be rules or you don't have a country. And especially when it comes to motor vehicle, like I worked with a guy years ago that couldn't read and write. And that just fucking floored me, dude.
Yeah, how is that possible?
And he was in his like 50s. So he'd went his whole life not being able to read or write. Now, he may have been dyslexic. I don't know. But when you talk to him, you realized his mom and her brother were real close. I mean, like Whitaker family close when he talked. You were like, oh, your family tree's a straight line. Gotcha. But like, I didn't feel comfortable having that guy like on the road. Like I get you can do sign recognition stuff. I know, but it's like, what if you're coming up to a sign that says, traffic stopped over the hill. You can't read, you don't know. Plow. Anyway.
So
I think it's good, and I think it's going to benefit our brothers and sisters in semis. I think that's going to open up the door to a lot of young guys and young gals,
and they're going to have to pay them more.
Yeah, because it's going to be a driver shortage. Because there's going to be all those loads still need to go places, and there's not going to be enough people to take them that's qualified. So, and I saw a young American man. He was like, "Thank you, Trump, for doing this. I finally got a call back to a company I've been trying to get on." So that young man got a job. So,
Yeah.
Now, you said something to me, and you ready to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. You said something to me. I don't know what this is. The H1B.
H1. Yes, the H1B1. The H.
Yeah. See, I got you screwed up now.
Yeah. The H1B visas.
H1B.
That's the visas where they made it to where it's $100,000 to come over. It's basically giving jobs to immigrants.
So is that what happened in Tennessee at that plant where the South Koreans?
Yes.
So they
didn't have visas. Yes.
Okay.
So, according to Fox News, the United States Department of Labor, where do the visa holders come from?
If I would have guessed before I saw it, I would have probably said either Mexico or China. Would have been my guess.
India.
Yep. So here's what
73% of them.
Yep. And then 10 to 15% go to China. 80% are entry level jobs. Now, people will say, well, how's that a big deal? Doing jobs Americans don't want to do. Is it that they don't want to do it, or is it because they can't? Because somebody else is filling those positions?
That's the thing. It's in my opinion, I think that's why. I mean, if
I know a lot of guys that would take that job if they could get it, but they can't because it's a bunch of people that don't speak their language. I mean, we see it in the city all the time. There's whole chains of places like that.
And if you could pay somebody less,
why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean it's good business for them because you're getting workers that'll actually come to work and enjoy the work. But when you have that many people, so what I saw was our girl Marjorie.
Yeah, I pulled that up.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, is trying to make it to block the H-1B visas.
I had never heard about that until you told me that they were I read the article that said it was $100,000 to get one. And I'm like, what? Well, I know. So Canada has a similar issue where illegal immigrants are just getting CDLs, mostly Indians. And they're having an issue with people getting in fatalities with these guys. It's because they're not properly trained. Oh, yeah, a lot. There's a lot up there. And they will literally bring their family over because currently, as far as most news sources are saying, it's like you come in on I'm just here to visit family, and you just stay. Nobody's coming to knock on your door and take you home. So now you're a resident of Canada illegally. So, my cousin runs a CDL. Come over there. We'll get you a job. And next thing you know, he's trucking down the road. I mean, it's, meanwhile, hardworking American and Canadian guys are trying to go by the rules. And I can't afford to go to truck driving school. It's, probably $10,000 or more at this point to get, and then do all the tests, get all the endorsements and do all that stuff. And it's like, so they're trying to follow the rules. Well, because they're following the rules, they're going to come in last because all the other people are breaking every rule and they're taking all the jobs. So I don't know if this will help the elimination of the H-1B, but I would assume that the $100,000 would stop it. Like no entry-level employee is going to want to pay $100,000 to go to work at McDonald's for $8 an hour. I wouldn't think. Would you?
I wouldn't think. But if you think about it, when we were young, all those jobs before were for high school kids.
Oh, 100%. I never saw anybody. Well, the adults were the managers typically, or maintenance guy that was out on jail release.
Well, you had a lot of people during the day that worked there for one reason or another. Maybe because they like to smoke the wacky tobacco.
Yeah. Single moms. I saw a lot of single moms.
Yeah. And now high school kids, it's hard for high school kids to get jobs.
My son's going through it right now. He quit his job because he wanted to focus on college, because he ended up taking more than he could handle almost. So he's like, I just need to focus on school. So that's what he did. And he's like, he got through the hard part. So he's like, all right, I'm going to try to get a job. Nobody's hiring. And we're coming into the holiday season when everyone used to hire. But dude, it is low right now. Like, and I mean, when you
also,
go ahead.
Also, for the holiday thing now, there's so much stuff that's bought online that those stores, do they hire the holiday help? It used to be a big deal because there were so many people shopping. You needed the extra help.
Well, I went into my local Walmart for the first time in probably 2 years. I do all my shopping online and go pull up and get it put in my car. I went in and I told Kaz, I was like, I'm in Walmart. And he goes, why? Because he's like, I can't believe you actually went in somewhere. Dude, it's like 90% self-checkout, 3 cashiers.
Yes.
So it's like, they're not hiring for holiday help because they don't need to, because the consumer, instead of going to a cashier with a bad attitude who hates their job and isn't friendly, they're just like, I'll go treat myself that way. I don't need another person to get in on my self-hatred. I'm good enough on my own.
Yeah.
So you look at them.
I hate doing like Lowe's. If you go to Lowe's,
I know
they don't have any checkers.
So you know what I did when I went to Lowe's, and it kind of embarrassed my son. So I had to buy, because I had to sweat the pipe on in the bathroom. So I had to get a blowtorch. I had to get some flux, all the stuff to do it. So I go over to the self-checkout, and it's like, beep, 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 beep. I'm like, oh, I don't know. And then the guy comes over and goes, you have trouble? I was like, yeah, I must have missed the class where it showed me how to fucking do this. And he went, oh, well, I'll help you. And so he scans it, and I go, wow, man, finally, you earned your pay. I was not a nice person because that pisses me off. You're not paying me to be my own cashier, dickheads.
I think I should get a discount.
I should. At least the employee discount, because obviously I'm working here. Oh, so yeah, they're saying that employment numbers in the U.S. are down big time too this year for the holiday season. I mean, there's not a lot of consumer confidence. And my financial podcast, one of them that I listened to, said that last week we talked about on the show that there were like red flags in the market. Now, whether it is or not, I don't know. I'm a part-time everything. I'm not that smart. So do not take any advice from me or Kaz. We don't know what we're talking about. But smarter people than me are saying to be on the lookout for certain things. I see no reason why they would want to, bullshit everybody. But, when the big tech companies get rid of recruiters. So in investing, I had a guy that said this to me when I was learning how to do currency trading and other things. Past performance dictates future outcomes. You always look to the past to see what that particular stock or currency is doing. It'll kind of give you an idea. Now, it's not a fortune teller. It's not 100%, but it gives you an idea that like, oh, okay, if you go back 4 or 5 years, you can see where during this month when some holiday is happening, you can make a lot of money on trading this currency during that month. So like you're looking back and they're like, dude, massive layoffs in technology. Square Enix just laid off, I think, most of their Western studios. I could see why, too, because they were awful, because they're doing the modern audience stuff and they're not selling games like they're supposed to.
Right.
So, like, you're flooding the market with people that have college degrees that, we're making video games, working in tech, and they're all, like, on the market now. So they're going to be shooting for those same jobs that everyone else is. So, oof, I don't know. Okay, so it says Square Enix is implementing layoffs in its Western offices as part of a major restructuring because Japan's going through it right now. I watched, I don't know, what are they called, congressmen in Japan in the Diet?
I don't know. I'm not sure what they're called.
This dude is talking to the prime minister. He goes, "Are we a sovereign nation?" She said, "Yeah." He goes, "Then why do we have to ask the U.S. anytime we want to do something?" He goes, "Feels like we're a colony of the U.S." And he starts ripping it. And I agreed with everything he said. I did. I was like, nope, you're right. And it was not nice with the U.S.
The new prime minister?
Yes. I don't know. I remember her name. So
she just took over. Why is he killing her?
No, he's not. He's just, I think they're having a debate or something, trying to figure out, like, I think she's like taking questions from the audience. I don't know how it works over there, but they were having it. It wasn't contentious. He was just asking the question. He's like, are we a sovereign nation or not? I mean, it'd be the same thing.
That's a good question.
If
it's a good question.
Mexico is doing that shit to us, you're a commonwealth. So they said they're going to automate 70% of the quality assurance and debugging by the end of 2027. This is just one company. So, Square Enix confirmed the layoffs to IGN, calling it fundamental restructuring. Yes. And like I said last week, some of it is a correction from COVID numbers. So, but I think a lot of this is because Western developers, dude, they shit the bed the last 5 years. I mean, the game you're currently playing is probably the first Western developed game that we've talked about that we were like, damn, that's really good. Call of Duty or Battlefield. That's probably the first Western developed game that I've heard you rant and rave about. I mean, new. Well, I mean, because Monster Hunter, that's Japanese, and everything I basically play is Japanese, or Chinese. So they've shit the bed, and they're making new. Sony is making changes too. So they said that Ghost of Yotai sold 3 million units in 30 days, and they're bragging about it on social media. Meanwhile, Arc Raiders has sold 5 to 8 million copies. Nobody had heard of this game.
Yes. Oh yeah, my son sent me a peek. Let me see. He sent me a play thing from Steam the other day.
Oh, like a video?
No. Arc Raiders had 462,488 people playing it.
Yeah, and everybody from Helldivers has went over to Arc Raiders because Helldivers is dead. We played a little bit last night.
At the same time, Helldivers had 458,000 people playing.
Oh, really? I'm
GTA 5 had old GTA 5 had 364,548 players, and Rust had 262,284 people playing it. He sent me this Monday afternoon.
If GTA shits the bed, they have nobody. This is 6 though, because it's supposed to come out. They've delayed it again to 27.
They've delayed it again to 20. Is it 27 now?
Yeah, I think it's fall of 27, early.
Oh my goodness!
What the hell just happened? I don't know. Oh, my screen went black. I was trying to show you the numbers. Okay, so this is right now. Currently, Arc Raiders has 351,507 in-game currently. 351,000 people on a Friday night. That is freaking amazing.
What about Helldivers?
All right, I'm going to look here. Helldivers. Let's see. Let's go to Community Hub. It has 26,000. So it's taken quite a bit of a dip. Because I mean,
my sons say that Arc Raiders is amazing.
Yeah. I don't want to play Helldivers, damn you. But yeah, so now they had, I'm just curious. So they've had a problem because and you've heard me gripe about it ad nauseum on here. If you've listened to us for even a couple of months, you've heard me rant and rave about ugly people in video games, and I hate it. And the woke mind virus, it's just like they proselytize it. They're just like, they're like that. You probably don't have this anywhere else in the world, but like here in Oklahoma, they legit will have a preacher on a corner screaming at you while you're at the car at the stoplight. Like I've had that happen. The end is near. You need to get your soul saved. Like screaming, that's what this is like to me, is just, except it's their political opinions. And I'm just sick of it. And I think the market has spoken for that message. So that Ghost of Yotai sold like 3 million copies. It was projected when they announced the sequel to sell probably in the neighborhood of 8 to 10 million copies. So you sold 3 and people are like, well, that's a great victory. It's like it's sold the same as Ghost of, so your sequel should arguably bring in more people, because the first game set the foundation, and then everyone's word of mouth spread, and everyone's like, this game is amazing. It's amazing. So technically you should see at least the same or an increase. And it was just kind of like, it's good for them. They made their money back, I'm sure. But so there, a lot of the companies, Sony's making a market correction. They made the Horizon Zero Dawn. They showed the new concept character art for it on X. Oh, wow. Dude, night and day. She went from looking like a square-jawed, penis-having jack dude to a very pretty young lady. See if I can find it.
Does she have jiggle effects?
Probably not, because it's Sony. That's probably a little too far, even for Sony. I wouldn't mind having a little hitch in her giddy up.
Jiggle?
Yeah. And let's see if I can see what they show here. But that is not what I thought. Oh, my damn cat. She's going to end up falling on my router and delete. Anyway, so Square Enix and tons of lips coming to the video game industry as these companies start to restructure. And Japan has kind of had it with the West. So this week, they had meetings in Japan about making laws against Western people editing their artwork. Because, dude, how much? I'm going to look that up, because I heard a stat and I was just like, if that's true, how much does anime bring to Japan? How much money?
Anime? Oh my gosh. It's I'm going to tell you this. I had a little girl at Halloween dressed as one of the one that we went to the movie to see. Why am I drawing a blank? Demon Slayer. And
okay.
I bet she was 10 or 11. And I said, you get extra candy, because there was a couple of them that were dressed as Demon Slayer. And she says, I even read the manga. I said, are you trying to just steal all my candy? I said, I don't read the manga, but I don't have time for that. But she was like, I read the manga.
So what's your guess to how much money anime brings into Japan? You can either pick domestically or total.
Let's do total, and we'll say $500 million.
You're fucking way off. Anime industry generated a record-breaking $25 billion in 2024. A largely overseas market. It brings in $14 billion domestically, or 10.8 billion generated domestically. So now they're shipping these over here, and these Western people are going, oh, she's too sexy. Let's turn her into a chick with a dick. How's that sound? Make it gay. And so people will watch it, and instead of it being popular, people will be like, I hate it. I'm just going to go get the original anime version, and I'll just learn to speak Japanese. So they're costing them money, and they finally found out. Japanese people finally found out what these Western people are doing. So they decided, and that's what the protests were for by the voice actors, because the Japanese people were just like, we'll just do AI voices then. Can't be as bad as what you've been doing, so we'll just do that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's going to
take. Is that
take.
what they ended up doing?
That's what they're talking about. $25 billion for, and why is it that much, Kaz? Why is it that much? You look at Hollywood.
So
I'm
good.
curious how much.
So good. So good.
Well, not only is it so good, it's like I tried to explain to somebody, if you're on a deserted island eating coconuts and barely surviving for 6 months, and I show up on shore with a glass of cool water and a bologna sandwich, that bologna sandwich is the best fucking thing you've ever eaten. You'd be like, man, I have another. You got any Cheetos? Oh, I'm in heaven. Hold on. In 2024. Let's see. Let's just double check. Now, this is Hollywood. Okay. Here we go. Hollywood. This is Hollywood. It's not anime studios. Domestic box office last year, 2024, was 8.7 billion. Hollywood. And they pay their actors a whole lot of money too. And they have to pay for advertising. I can't tell you the last time I saw an advertisement for anime. You don't need to. Because everyone that watches it will tell you, hey, you should go check out Gachi Akuda or Demon Slayer. Like the big ones you see advertisement for, like the Chainsaw Man. I've seen something about that, but it made 32.3 billion worldwide last year. But it's like, it's to me,
Demon
it's
Slayer?
No, Hollywood.
Oh,
Hollywood made that.
Okay.
So we're talking cartoons and animation versus big sets, big budgets, all of this shit. How much more profit do you think anime took home versus Hollywood? It's no question. That's just, I mean, that tells you everything you need to know really about the Western market. People are sick of it. They want something different, and anime filled that goal. And then those people that didn't like the fact that they still had girls, they still had boys, they still had, classic tropes, and people ate it up. They had to go in and try to put their little spin on it because they're nasty, hateful people. They can't let anybody have their thing. It's like I've said for years, I'm glad when they go make their game with their politics in it, because that's a game for them. I want them to make that game. I'm not going to play it, but I think they should get it and be able to play it. That's fine. They don't see it that way. They're like, you're having fun? No, I hate you. You can't have fun. And it's showing. And I know this is like, potatoes. But to me, it's like, I would think Hollywood would be killing anime, don't you? I mean, like legit, like with the blockbuster movies, like back in the 90s.
You would think so. Back then, yes, definitely.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It wouldn't have been apples to apples back then. I think if Hollywood had maintained its trajectory after Endgame, can you imagine how much money they would have been raking in if they made good movies? Wow. Anyway, I didn't mean to get sidetracked on that. Oh, what else do you have?
I just got an alert. Now I'm mad.
Uh-oh.
I just got an alert that PUBG has ended support for Xbox One, making it no longer playable on the console as of November 13th.
Wait, so they're getting rid of it off consoles?
Oh, no. Oh, okay, no. It's just for Xbox One, so you have to upgrade.
Oh, to the X plus 7?
To the Xbox One X.
Yeah, because I think whoever works at Microsoft should be fired for coming up with that. Because that's so confusing. Like when we were talking about consoles, I'm like, well, which one do I get? You were like, the hell if I know. I think it's this one. I'm still trying to find that. Oh, here it is.
Yeah,
I found it. It's a New Horizon game.
What Xbox?
I think it's going to be an MMO if I'm not. But
What?
So it'll pop up here on the channel in just a second.
What's going to be an MMO?
The New Horizon Zero Dawn. So it was a story-driven RPG for the PlayStation 4, and then they did. So it was Zero Dawn, and then it was Horizon Forbidden West or something, like the Hidden West or something was the sequel. And the girl had. I'll find a picture over here in a minute. So that's one of the new characters they're saying. Like, and I'll show you a picture of the other character in just a second. But can you see her?
Yeah, no.
She's not bad.
Oh,
to
yeah,
look
yeah.
at.
Oh, yeah.
No, very nice. Okay, now we're gonna find the old model. Let's see, and I'll tell. Okay. Let's see if I can find a picture of her. No, I don't want that. Just want a effing picture. Stop. Okay. So, and she's a redhead, but like night and day difference. Like she doesn't look that bad, but still, it's just like, eh. Especially with the artwork, they basically, when you saw the concept of it, they made her jaw look like she just sits and chews on steel. It was so unappealing. It'll pop up here in just a second. I think I've got it set for a 30-second delay.
Oh my God. Terrible.
Yeah. So that's and if you saw the actress she is lovely. That young lady is like really, yeah, like night and day difference between the one I just showed you than this. And it's just like, and I've heard this is a good game, but when I get even an inkling that it's going to have, because I mean, you recommended Alien Earth to me and I watched like 5 minutes of it and I was like, nah, I'm out. And you're like, come on, dude, just give it a shot. I was like, I just don't want it. He goes, no. And you're right. I'm enjoying that, by the way.
So that's the new show?
Yeah. I think I'm on episode 3, getting ready to get into episode 3. The little girl has been put in a new body along with all of her people. So, that's pretty good. I've been watching The Strain, by the way.
Yes.
I really like that. Guillermo, I can't pronounce his name, Del Toro.
Yeah, Guillermo del Toro.
Thank you. Yeah, so good. So good. I love it.
Is he the one that has the new Frankenstein show on Netflix?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
I've heard good things about that.
I just heard about that yesterday, as a matter of fact. And I was like, am I going to have to get Netflix again? Is it Frankenstein?
It's something Frankenstein, yeah. I think it's just Frankenstein. I'm not for sure.
Is it a movie? Yes, it's a movie. It says Netflix, 2025 horror sci-fi, 2 hours and 29 minutes. Starring
I believe it.
Jacob Elordi, Mia Goth, Oscar Isaacs, Christoph Waltz. All right, I definitely want to see this. Charles Dance. That's a good cast. Reimagine Mary Shelley's classic tale of a brilliant scientist and the creature. I might actually have to sub to Netflix.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I plan on watching that tomorrow.
Yeah, please do, because if it's awful, because a lot of this stuff looks good, and then you watch it and you're like, I fell asleep.
I like Guillermo del Toro though. He does a good job.
I find that some of his monster designs though, because like Pan's Labyrinth and then watching The Strain, he uses the long skinny fingers in both, and I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'd rather watch his stuff than a lot of other people's.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I'm excited to see if that's good. Can I rent it anywhere? Oh, is it in theaters?
It's in Netflix.
Icon Cinema, Oklahoma City, Northwest 23rd Street, 310, 620, and 930. I'm not going anywhere near 23rd Street. I am entirely too white.
No, no, that what at what's
For
Tinseltown?
45. Yeah, I'm not going there. Not at night.
Oh,
No.
Tinseltown. Oh, yeah. Nah. I've been the boys and I have been a couple
Yeah,
times.
but
Never had any problems.
you're a scary white dude. I'm a soft white dude. There's a complete difference there.
Well, you keep the light going in the movie theater.
Yeah, exactly. And then we'll have somebody like turn the light off. I can't turn it off. It's just me, man. That's why they call me powder. Oh man. I still can't believe. Did you see the rap video Trump posted? I sent that
Yes,
to you.
you sent it to me. Yeah, that was.
I don't.
It would have been better if they would have AI'd his voice into it.
Yeah, I kind of thought so too.
It would have been. It would have been better if it would have been. You would have got an AI voice. It wouldn't have been as good, you know, but it would have been better if they did that. I had a couple other stories, but we can hit them next week. They're not going anywhere.
Okay. All right.
But I do want to say, so we have some good football games this weekend.
So Rocco, he does sports betting, but I think so he's betting weird stuff. So he said his quarterback has to run into, like, it's a really long shot. It's cost him $6, but if he wins, he gets 500. He said that basically if his quarterback, I think, gets a rushing touchdown and like 15 passing yards, some weird stat, he makes $500. I'm like, that's too much effort for me. I'd be stressed out.
Yeah, I don't.
I forget who he uses it. I forget who he uses though.
Oh, like a betting platform.
Yeah, on his phone.
Like Prize Picks.
That's
like
what it is.
Picks
It's Prize Picks. Yeah, that's what he uses.
You could do different stuff on Prize Picks. The boys and I do Prize Picks. I haven't seen any in the last couple of weeks that I like. So, but OU number 11 plays number 4 Alabama this week.
Well,
now the problem with that is if you have YouTube TV, I don't think they've made they were having a quarrel with ABC and ESPN. You know how they do. You got to pay.
Oh,
they want money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're having a problem with that. But so that game, and then my Irish play Pittsburgh, number 22.
Oh, okay.
So it's a good game. They're number 9. Yeah, number 9 plays number 22, and number 4 number 4 Alabama plays Oklahoma. So for you Oklahoma fans, y'all need a win. If y'all don't win that, you won't make it. If y'all beat Alabama, y'all will definitely move up and be in the talks for the playoffs. But if you lose that to Alabama, I don't know.
Is college football almost over?
I think we got another month for sure. All through this, usually around Thanksgiving or when the championship games are going on, for like the ace, the championship games for the conferences. Usually around Thanksgiving, if not the next week, because then they start doing the bowls, during December.
Okay, so I'm not a college aficionado. What is the purpose of the bowls?
It's just you got to win 6 games, and then you're eligible for a bowl. And basically, it's just
so everybody gets a trophy.
Well, yes and no. Those bowls are actually, I think they're not. It's not a big deal like it used to be now. Now they use the bowl games for some of the major bowl games for the playoffs. But what it is if you win, you go in the bowl. They give them all kinds of stuff. They'll give them. It's nothing big, but they'll get goodie bags for all the players, and sometimes they get to go to another state. And it used to be a big deal to go to the Rose Bowl.
I see.
I was told I was going to jinx it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back in the day, it was the Big Ten and the Pac-10 would go to the Rose Bowl. The winner from each conference would play each other in the Rose Bowl, and it was a big deal, to go to the Rose Bowl because you're on the East Coast.
Yeah, because
It's
that's
mostly the Big Ten schools. So you go to California. It's nice and warm in January. You're going to get to play on a big bowl game. It was a big deal to win the Rose Bowl.
Because wasn't it something where basically they had to vote who got to go? So there was a lot of corruption behind it prior to this new system. Because it was the BCS. Right?
That was a voting thing, but it's still a voting thing now. They have a committee for the playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah, but
it should just be your record. It should just be your record, man.
Well, they've got it to where like it's a big deal. We ain't got time to get it. It's a big deal. I don't get it all because like if you win the person that wins the championship from the ACC, the SEC,
right,
the Big Ten, and the Big 12, they all get an automatic bid to the playoffs. And then it goes off record and stuff like that to make it to the other 8 teams to make it to the playoffs. So see, like Notre Dame doesn't have a conference for football, so they're kind of on the outs, so they don't play a championship. So it's kind of, it's kind of a weird deal. Then it's just a big. The bowl games also get money for the schools. So
right, I can see that because I remember
money for the schools.
The OU fans in my life would be like, they're going to the Redneck Kiss on the Lips Bowl. I'm so excited, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like they're playing for a national championship, and I go, well, who are they playing? I don't, some Notre Dame or whoever it would be, and I'm like, how? Like I was always so confused because it just didn't make sense to me. And it was like, and didn't the preeminent bowl change every year? So it's like it was the Orange Bowl once, the Rose Bowl once. For the
national championship, yes, it would change.
Okay, so see, that's what confused me because I'm like, they're like, well, you didn't do good. They're in the Gold Bowl, and I'm like, but they made it to a bowl games. That's got to be good,
Yeah, but sometimes I think. I don't remember. I think they would still play the Rose Bowl if the national championship. I don't remember how it all went down. It's been a while. You have your remembering. Like I remember when OU beat Florida State. I think it was in the Orange Bowl for their national championship, and then Notre Dame beat Miami in '85. For a national championship.
Okay.
So that was the year Rocket Ishmael called the punt back. He pointed and they called it back. It was a bit. I screamed and screamed and screamed. I remember that. Got a penalty on the punt. Then they kicked it to him again, and he still ran it back. Yeah. You remember things like that.
Yeah. So the only one that I ever watched because I got invited to go was when Oklahoma played Florida State. They beat them. It was the year that they had the really good defense. With
it was the national championship. Yeah.
Right. I went out. I remember the beginning of it, but there was free beer, so I do not remember how the game turned out. I just remember.
I do believe they won that game 13-0.
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah. It was a bunch of OU fans in there. I got tickled at it because I've never been that passionate about any sport, and these people were like living and dying every time some 18-year-old kid had the football, and I'm like, wow. It's like culture shock. I grew up in Colorado. Like we just didn't do sports like that. Baseball was kind of like our game in the school I went to. So, but even then, we followed the Rockies, but the Rockies back when I was in school, kind of awful. They were kind of awful. So you just went, it's a thing, But then I moved down to Oklahoma, and it's like you had to pick a side, and you better not be Texas, and you better pick one. You can get that god awful burnt orange and black that makes you look like a pumpkin, or you get the redneck red. And I'm like, I'm just not going to watch sports. I'm
Hey, remember the meth head's ugly tattoos? Oh my god, that was the worst. Oh, I was like, so you're an OU fan. You didn't go to
Oh,
school there, and you couldn't even pay. I never understood who was worse. Was the guy that got the tattoo? Because you're not supposed to be drunk when you go in because it makes you bleed more because your
it's
blood is thinner.
it's probably because he was
So
fucking tweaking and twitching the whole fucking time because the guy couldn't
that
sit
tattoo
still.
was. I was like, if I was from OU and I went to school
They
there,
should
I
sue
would
him.
be like, you should have that ugly tattoo removed,
We
and
sh-
whoever gave you the tattoo should never hold a gun, an ink gun again.
we should get a GoFundMe to file a cease and desist order to Tweaky Meth Head. It'd be like you have to remove the OU tattoo for the good of the country. Like, oh my god.
I was so
Can
bad.
you imagine? I had
It's not a hard stencil. I wouldn't think the OU symbol. He could pull that up anywhere and make a stencil. That shit looked like.
It was awful. It was
Hey,
awful.
I have seen some 3-year-olds draw better lines than that.
But I'm telling you,
freehanded.
So for those that don't know, this dude was like what 5'6", 5'7". He never stopped talking. He couldn't stop moving because he was a former meth head. So he had that. If you've ever been around those people, they have these weird like tics. He had tics. But if you're sitting somewhere with this guy, his leg just was like all the entire time. Like he could not stop. You say stop it, then the other leg would start going. Like he had to be in motion. So I can only imagine when he was getting tattoos, the dude's like, okay, could you stop? Sorry. I ask you to stop. Would you please stop? I can only imagine how bad that would be. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Why'd you have to bring that little bastard up? I got when we get off here, I'm going to tell you what he did to Otis's brother. Real stand-up guy.
I believe you told me already, but yeah, you might have to remind me on that one.
All right. Well, Kaz,
That's all I got.
Tell everybody, these wonderful people that tune in from all over the world. Next week, because we've got
I've got something I like from Canada, just a little teaser.
So we're not going to do a show next week.
You're going to like it. So we'll give you another heads up. Thanksgiving, we will probably not have a show. It's going to be a messed up week.
Yeah, we both
holidays,
have
spending stuff with family and work and all that stuff.
Are you, well, I'll talk to you off air.
Yeah.
I have
just a heads up.
I've unlocked a new group of people that have been listening to the podcast, but I feel like I need to shit on them because I don't think I've given them enough shade. So I'm going to have to just start throwing haymakers.
So you're all in your feelers. I got
because you got the donkey tooth people, you got the fake nice Canadians,
wannabe Americans up north.
Yeah, and then
That's what we should call them, the wannabe Americans.
They're like what was they used to call white kids that act like black kids. They're kind of like that, but they're American or something like that. I don't know.
Americans.
No, Australians. Number one, your accent's stupid as shit. You have sex with kangaroos, which is not cool. You talk funny.
I don't think they have sex with kangaroos because kangaroos are mean as shit. So I'm not going to let you do that. I think kangaroos. I think what it is maybe kangaroo. Maybe they tried, and that's why kangaroos are so mean.
I'm just kidding, by the way. I'm not going to. I love Australians. That one video lives rent free in my head where the kangaroo had the dog, and the Australian dude didn't even hesitate. He just goes there, squares up, and he's like, "Come on, motherfucker, let's go!" And just starts smacking him.
And that kangaroo was fighting back.
Oh,
he was holding. Dude, that kangaroo was huge.
Oh,
too.
yeah,
y'all never seen it? Y'all can YouTube that. Man fights for dog, and you'll find it.
It's amazing.
It's an amazing video.
I love a lot of Australians. There's some I don't like. There's one guy that has a YouTube channel. I hate his guts. I think he's a fake piece of shit. But
I feel for y'all because everything in Australia is
exactly.
Y'all
so
are
you're
some badass people.
Yes, sir.
Badass people.
Yes, sir.
Badass people.
Yeah. So welcome from the other side of the world. You probably have to turn on translation because I know you guys don't know how to speak English properly. So anyway, Cass, tell them where they can find us on the internet.
Oh, first of all, give us a like, a follow, a share, whatever you got to do on YouTube every Friday night at 6:30. Hit us up on the X. Let me know what you think about us. It's Odd Times Podcast. You can send Mac an email. He tries to keep up with that at oddtimespodcast@yahoo.com. Like I said, we have a gram. We don't use it. I'm try to be pretty vigilant on the good old TikTok. Some days better than others. But it's Odd Times Podcast also, and then they can find you in a couple other places besides the corner on Saturdays because you can't do Friday nights. The corners are Friday for Saturdays.
With my jar of mayonnaise and a bag of nickels.
You know how white people like mayonnaise, baby.
Baby, I smell like a wet dog. Come on, give me some money. Yeah, I'm Odd Mac Guy on X, Twitter, and Odd Guy Mac on Twitch. I've been streaming that game, Octopath Traveler, so come by and say hi. And that's going to do it. So peas and chicken teeth, and we'll see you guys next week. Oh, I got to get to the right screen because I didn't have the right screen, Kaz. Why didn't you have me have the right screen? All right. All right. Stop that. So I'm going to look at, we're still on YouTube. I'm going to look and see if there's any questions in the chat. Oh, hush about the game. You will jinx it. He's not the one you got to worry about, Sooner Girl. I'm the destroyer of all things good. Ask Kaz.
Oh yes he is.
Let's see.
Oh, but the thing about that is he's grooming his son to be just like.
Oh him. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to tell this story. So I was watching a show, that Dracula show, and I showed my son. I said, we'll watch it, and we get to the part where it shows Dracula in the casket with the elaborate trap, and he's just like, that's dumb. And I go, oh, yeah? He goes, why wouldn't they just kill him? I go, this is where I stopped watching it. He goes, yeah, I'm not watching it anymore. I was like, I'm so proud. I'm so proud. It's a proud dad moment. My son is going to be joining me in the ruiner of all things.
Yep.
He linked me arguably one of the scariest YouTubes. It's about technology and when technology goes bad. So that's why when you were talking about that, working a carnival, you get experience in a lot of various trades. Yeah, yeah. Wow, Beetlejuice was going off. I'm not reading all that. 14 sour pickles. So anyway, yeah. So we're gonna save a lot of the responses in the chat because we're recording it for audio too, and I don't want to. So for those of you that join us live, we're gonna wait till maybe in the middle of the show or the end of the show, we'll respond to some of your questions and stuff in the chat. But we don't want to break it up because that'll suck me having to edit that out for the audio part because we both know I can barely edit. I dropped an F word and not the good F word on accident one night because I was drinking and it was just like, oops. So I had to edit that shit out. One word. That took me 2 days. You remember that video is still not up on YouTube, by the way, because I couldn't get it out of the YouTube video. It's just like, delist it. We're not even gonna play that game. The AI is gonna spot that one real quick. So yeah, that would have been bad. So, but anyway, you got anything that you're looking forward to this week? Any anime?
Vacation.
Are you on vacation?
I did find it. Thanksgiving. I did find a new anime on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
And it is, let me see my Prime. It's called The Mighty Nine. Nein.
Oh, that's from the game. That's from the game. They got
Is it?
Yeah, there's a Mighty Nine video game. It's supposed to be the sequel to Mega Man.
Oh, this doesn't look nothing like Mega Man.
Okay, so maybe it's something different.
Yeah, this looks very, very good.
Okay.
It just came out 2025, I do believe.
Okay.
It's the first 2025. It looks really good. So I have a whole bunch of loot. Oh, also one more thing. The new trailer for our show on off the video game with our guy with the messed up nose.
You're gonna have to be a
the
little.
the TV show we like with
The Penguin?
No. Is it on Amazon?
Blacklist?
No, it's
Jack
from
Reacher?
the video game. No, from the video
from
game.
the fucking video game.
They made it live action. It's one of the only live actions that we like.
Oh, do you mean One Piece? No.
No.
Video game. I am drawing a complete blank right now, brother. Warhammer?
No, that was a good one too. What's our guy's name from see, this is what happens to me. Fallout, the new trailer for the new season of Fallout has come out.
Oh, okay. You said nose video game.
Yeah, but the guy with the nose.
Yeah. Walton Goggins.
Yeah,
Walton Goggins.
Yeah. That trailer is actually really nice.
Okay. I just hope they do better than they did the first season, because I was severely disappointed with the idiocy in that first show. We talked about it.
Yeah, you were not either. You actually liked that show.
I said I enjoyed it, but I picked it apart. You remember? I would shit all over it. It's just like, doesn't make sense. This is dumb. Anyway. All right, guys.
Yeah.